A crucial game of geopolitical chess is unfolding in the Pacific Islands. At the center of this game is a small archipelago called Kiribati, which has caught Beijing's attention. In the month of May, while the pandemic was raging across the US and Europe, China opened its embassy in Kiribati. It became the fourth country after Australia, Cuba and New Zealand to do so. China was able to open an embassy thanks to Kiribati's pro-Beijing President Taneti Mamau. In September 2019, President Mamau led the campaign to switch Kiribati's diplomatic alliance from Taiwan to mainland China. Just last week, President Mamau won re-election against a candidate who opposed this diplomatic switch. The election was fought around how Chinese funds would be spent by the nation. China's outreach to Kiribati reeks of its debt trap approach. Much like it did in Africa, China will flood Kiribati with credit and take over strategic resources if it fails to repay. And Kiribati is a very important archipelago as it forms a linchpin for trade between Asia and America. With Kiribati in its corner, China can keep a close eye on the US command center in Hawaii. Experts suggest that Chinese investments will win over the pro-Taiwan leaders and parties in Kiribati. What's playing out in Kiribati is not an isolated incident. China has been poaching pro-Taiwan islands in the Pacific for a long time. Around the same time that Kiribati switched its alliance, another nation, Solomon Islands, did the same. China is eyeing the big game, trying to displace Australia as the biggest player in the region. China says it invested nearly $2 million in cash and medical supplies to help the Pacific Island nations combat COVID-19. Many Chinese experts were also on the ground in Fiji and Samoa. This help came in handy in the month of May when 10 Pacific nations backed China's response to the pandemic and hailed its quote-unquote transparency. But displacing Australia remains a distant dream. Canberra says it has invested $69 million compared to China's $1.9 million to combat COVID-19. Prime Minister Scott Morrison's specific step-up is expected to pump in $1.5 billion of investment into the region. The Pacific countries also want to be part of a proposed travel bubble between New Zealand and Australia. Travelers from New Zealand and Australia account for 51% of total tourism inflow in the Pacific. Resumption of tourism is a major demand of the Pacific nations at the moment.